Thank you. Yes, yes. My brother's name now is Magnus. My name wasn't always Hamilton. I'm not even going to tell you what it was before. But my brother and my sister and I all follow a spiritual path that's called Subud. And we've been doing this since early 1970s. It's an experiential, non-dogmatic way of getting guidance, let's say. Getting guidance from wherever, from the universe, from within oneself. And some people in Subud end up feeling like they become sort of a different person. And so then they change their name, because the name they had from the time they were children doesn't feel like themselves anymore. And not only people in Subud, there's all kinds of people I know who've changed their names, but my brother was the last holdout. Lots of people around him were changing their names, and he said, I'm not going to be one of those people. But eventually, he did. I'll tell you a funny story. My favorite author in the whole world is an author named Daniel Pinkwater. I don't know, some of you are familiar with his books. His books always make you feel happy and better about being a human being. He wrote a lot of children's books. He also wrote incredibly funny essays and was on NPR a lot, on like All Things Considered, reading his essays. His birth name was Manus, M-A-N-U-S. Manus. He was also in Subud, following that same sort of path. And he also had no use for these people who were changing their names. He thought it was a lot of nonsense. But then, at a certain point, he changed his name. So he was Manus, he changed it to Daniel. My brother was Daniel, he changed it to Magnus. So it's kind of funny. Daniel Pinkwater, I can't say enough good things about him. I will send you a link. Yes?
Could you spell that?
Daniel Pinkwater. It's just the way it sounds. Oh, Subud. S-U-B-U-D. Subud. We don't advertise. we don't, I mean, this is probably the first time you've heard me mention it in all the years that you may have seen these classes. Look, without Subud, I wouldn't be still alive. I mean, Subud, it sort of brought me in touch with something that helped me make the right choices in my life. And when I was in my 20s, I was making a lot of very dangerous and bad choices that probably would have ended up killing me. And I had a spontaneous experience that just took me out of that overnight. It was really kind of miraculous, because my brother and sister and I, we were all raised to be atheists. We were all raised to believe in science and rational thought, and that's fine. Science and rational thought is great, but my father had no use for like religion or spiritual stuff. And then my brother and sister started following this way, and he didn't know what was going on with them. And then this happened to me, this experience that I referred to, and my father looked at me like, et tu, Brute, like, you're gonna leave me like all by myself in the real world, and you guys are all, but he could tell that my brother and sister were happier. I mean, you couldn't miss it. So, I mean, I didn't know why. My brother was wise enough to never talk to me really about Subud, except once. We were painting our grandmother's apartment. He told me something about his experience in Subud. I said, that's really nice. That's what I feel when I listen to music. That's just like what I feel. So he didn't push it. He was wise. He still is. He's still around. So, yeah, Subud. Anybody wants to talk to me about it, I'm happy to talk about it. It's not a secretive thing. It's just, we don't go around talking about it all the time. Some people find the idea strange. Okay. I would have found the idea very strange too, because it has something to do with opening yourself to, can't talk. there's infinite love. Okay? That's why we're listening to music. Because music brings us in touch with harmony and positivity and reality. And even my father, the very rational guy, would listen to a Mozart symphony on the radio in the car. And he would say to me sometimes, you know, when I listen to a Mozart symphony, I can imagine that the world is a beautiful place. Which he knew it wasn't. Or at least in his view, it was, well, look at it. The world is full of negativity and fear and contradiction, but the world is also full of positivity, life, and love. So I think that's why we're all here. This is sort of a nice note to end on. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much.